Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DKWILL, and this is DK. We'll talk about it. Well, we have some interesting developments with XRP announced yesterday on the 30th, 24 hours. Three companies announced plans to buy and hold XRP as a strategic reserve asset. So add that to the United States government purchasing XRP as a part of a strategic reserve. But interestingly enough, even though we have that type of information, the coin itself continues to flounder on price. And maybe I'll give some thoughts on that as we go along. But here we're looking at all these wonderful developments occurring with XRP and Ripple, the company specifically as well. And that's what we're getting out of the price. That's the 7 day. There's the daily. There's the monthly. Okay. So it's not correlating properly. And this, although it seems like good news, may actually be a contributor to that fact. It says that XRP is capturing the attention of notable institutions, with three companies announcing plans to buy and hold it as a strategic treasury asset in a single day. It says here that ACG is going to establish an XRP reserve, making the announcement on the 28th, 3 days ago, from Alt Capital Group, a subsidiary of Hyperscale Data. They aim to purchase $10 million worth of XRP by the end of the year to support its expansion into financial services. The acquired XRP will be classified as a cryptocurrency asset on their balance sheet and marked to its fair market value at the end of each reporting period. It says shortly after the announcement, they also announced plans to launch an XRP lending platform for New York Stock Exchange listed companies. So there we can see one way they plan on putting that XRP purchase to work. It says the move would allow New York Stock Exchange listed companies to borrow a fixed amount of XRP as a loan. It doesn't stop there. Vivo Power also is to establish an XRP reserve. This NASDAQ listed company on the same day, Vivo Power International, disclosed its transformation into the world's first XRP focused enterprise. A business built around XRP. Isn't that Ripple? But nonetheless, as you can see, the placement was led by Prince of Saudi Arabia, and that firm plans to raise 121 million via a private placement, and then use the majority of that, a significant portion of that 121 million funding, to purchase and hold XRP, thereby establishing an XRP focused treasury. I don't think they're doing these things without an anticipation of a return on their investment. I don't think they're buying it because they expect XRP to go down. But I do think that we can expect XRP to continue to flounder around because it's basically just designed to discourage us. Because as you notice, this article talks about companies, notably institutions, getting involved. And that's not the only one. Then we have WeBus International. This is a little older announcement, I believe, but nonetheless, let's talk about it. It says, while enthusiasts are celebrating these incredible milestones, AI focused company WeBus International announced plans for a non equity financing of up to 300 million to create an XRP strategic reserve. So we have 300 million, we have 120 million, and we have 10 million. So if my math is correct, that's 430 million. Is it over? Well, let me finish this first. Weebus will utilize the XRP reserve to facilitate global payments, leveraging the asset's utility in cross-border settlements. We're pretty much going to use it for what it's designed to do. In addition to establishing a strategic XRP reserve, it will use part of the funds to accelerate its global expansion and develop an effective blockchain infrastructure. So, if the XRP takes off, it's going to make their global expansion cheaper because the coins they purchased for 300 million will be worth more. And then on May 8th, Wellgistic Health announced a $50 million credit facility to create a strategic XRP reserve. So we're getting close to a $500 million worth of investments coming into XRP. You would think that that type of information would affect the price, but I can just tell you one more time. They don't want that to happen because there's something else happened that should affect the price, institutionally speaking. It says XRP's institutional access expands with Hashkey exchange listing. So it was listed on Hashkey Exchange, and Hashkey Exchange is a licensed crypto trading platform overseen by the Hong Kong, Securities and Futures Commission. They have officially added XRP to its platform for professional investors, whatever that means. Sounds to me like institutions and money managers and family houses, offices, excuse me. And so let's see what it says here. With the growing interest from institutional investors, the addition of XRP to Hashkey Exchange will provide these investors with secure, compliant access to the asset. It says here, amid growing regulatory clarity across major jurisdictions, professional investors have shown growing interest in XRP. And the listing on Hashkey provides compliant institutional grade access to XRP via a regulated platform, enhancing convenience and confidence for those looking to build or expand their positions. Hashkey is not available in our country, but I did go and look at their website, and it was interesting. Nothing major jumped off the screen. When I looked at the spot market, I saw the coins that they have listed there, at least the ones that are being made visible to us in the on the USD. But then they also have other listings and pairs on there that are to be considered. But I just figured I'd go look and see what they were about. It doesn't matter what they're about because if you're in the US, you can't use them anyway. It says, with Hashkey Exchange listing XRP, we're giving professional investors streamlined, compliant access to a coin that has already proven its resilience and utility over time. I don't know how to interpret this because, of course, it's great to see more and more expansion of Ripple's footprint and the utilization of XRP, and not just for what it's purpose to do, but also for investment strategies and investment firms and institutions. But what I can see is a move to not be silent about XRP anymore. And if you've been around a while, you know for a while there, XRP was like a dirty word. And in fact, when I worked for a bank as a manager of a branch, assistant manager of a branch, I was told to shut up about cryptocurrencies, and I was only talking about XRP. Um, But now it's out there for everyone to know. So eventually we can anticipate that XRP is going to do something. It can't continue to do what it's been doing because there's no justification for this stagnation of the price. And like Joel Katz said, Mr. Schwartz, it can't be dirt cheap. And so that's a promising prospect of looking at the developments around crypto. But these three companies are going to create a reserve. So they're going to buy and hold, which means that more will be taken off the market. And that's a critical point as well, because they're not being allocated these shares. They're going to buy them on the open markets, which should help the price. But at the same time, since they're going to buy them and hold them, that's bogey. That's going to reduce the circulating supply. And a reduction in the circulating supply should mean an increase in the price. Well, I just wanted to get a brief video out, and that's all I really wanted to talk about was these three companies and this new institutional access. We know that Hidden Road provides great institutional access and utilization of XRP and Ripple's under Ripple's purview. And so things are continuing to look good for XRP. Hang in there, but at the same time, don't forget there's other things out there that we can take advantage of as well that are probably going to blow up. And I will say I've been seeing a lot of things on X telling people to sell their XRP to go and get DBET network. And I frankly think that is a terrible idea. And I'm suspicious of it And I'm extremely suspicious of the fact that these messages, these narratives, I'll call them, specifically label XRP as the one to sell to go get more ZBAC. Now, personally, I sold a little bit of XCN to buy some more ZBAC, but nobody said go sell that. There's all other options. Go sell some Bitcoin. It's at a new time high to go get you some ZBAC. You follow me? Now, I'm not saying don't buy ZBAC, but what I am saying is something's a little funky about that to me. And I do not encourage anyone, even though I am a ZBAC follower. I mean, I believe in it. Um, I don't encourage anyone to do that. So let me throw that in there too. And that's all I really have to talk about. This is DK Will. And DK will talk about it. And I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.